This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, we now bring you a discussion on upcoming Uttarakhand and Goa Assembly elections. The participants are SMA Kazmi and Ganesh Javadekar, political analyst, and Chetan Chauhan, journalist.
Today we are discussing the issue of forthcoming elections in Goa and Uttarakhand, voting for which will happen on Monday. We have with us Mr. Kazmi and Mr. Ganesh. Mr. Kazmi, we should first go to Uttarakhand and discuss how the campaign has been there in the state for 70 assembly seats.
It has been very cold and this is a hill state. It was snowing and raining for the past 10 days. But thankfully for the past 4 days it has been sunny, and Election Commission also allowed rallies. So we had election rallies which were addressed by Prime Minister Modi in the past 3 days. Today was his last rally at Rudrapur in Udham Singh Nagar district. Then we had Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Union Home Minister Amit Shah. They also addressed rallies. So in the past 3 days from Congress, Priyanka Gandhi was there today in Kumaon, and earlier day before Rahul Gandhi addressed a rally at Jageshwar. So it has been quite hectic past 3 days of election campaigning in the state.
Ganesh Javadekar ji to also chip in on the campaign from Goa, where the elections for 40 seats will be taking place. We want to know how the campaign was, who all leaders came, and some of the issues in the campaign, if you can tell us.
Campaigning for 40 constituency assembly is ending today at 5 p.m. Thursday, 2 days before. Prime Minister addressed one rally in Mapsa. After that, on Friday, Rahul Gandhi came to Goa. He addressed 2 public meetings, plus he held press conference. Rahul Gandhi and also Mr. Narendra Modi got very good response, and all leaders are campaigning in a big way.
But what are the issues in Goa? Because, in Goa we have seen that in the past many years, the mining, which is the mainstay of Goa, where about 18 to 20% of the GDP of the state comes from the mining sector. It has been a huge issue. Then for 2 years, another main GDP contributor, the tourism, has been shut. It was another issue. And then this development of the 3 railway lines and then cutting of the forest, environmental issues have also been on top of the line of discussions from Goa. So how do you think in Goa the issues are panned out?
Mining is the major issue. Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant is contesting in Sanklim constituency. In Sanklim, major mining is there. So, Chief Minister is facing huge anti-incumbency as far as mining is concerned. So, whether Prime Minister, while addressing the people, he assured that after the elections, mining will be started. Even Rahul Gandhi also gave assurance that we will try our level best as early as possible. Mining is the main issue.
And what about the tourism sector, which is also very important sector? This year, though it was better than last year, but still people feel that lost jobs, livelihood because of COVID pandemic.
So due to pandemic, tourism hotels were stopped. Other issues were Kalangut, Salgaon, and coastal belt is there. And tourism, their employment is the big issue.
Mr. Kazmi, in Uttarakhand, where we have seen one of the issues which has been there is the migration issues, the development in the hills, the Char Dham road project has also been an important issue for people. The BJP has been claiming that this is the project they have brought to the state, which has brought a lot of development. But change of 3 chief ministers in 3 months was also an issue. So can you tell us more about the election issues in Uttarakhand?
The ruling BJP, they are banking on the issues of development. Prime Minister also focused on those issues. Even central ministers, including Road Surface Transport Minister Mr. Gadkari, he was here. They are saying that development is the major issue, and this double engine government of central as well as state government will, usher in development at a faster pace if BJP comes to power. So Char Dham road project, Karan Prayag railway project, and the road project linking New Delhi with Dehradun. These are the major issues which Union Minister and even Prime Minister mentioned in his election speeches. The change of 3 chief ministers, that is also a whole plank of the main opposition, Congress and other Aam Aadmi Party and UKD also. So they are hitting BJP on this issue that misgovernance led to change of chief ministers. Definitely these are the main issues which are being discussed in these elections.
Mr. Kazmi, today the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami, said that if the BJP comes back to power, then they will have an uniform civil code in the state. And also the BJP has raised this issue of that the Congress will set up a Muslim university in the state. How much do you think this is an issue in Uttarakhand?
The history of this state is that both the parties have alternately shared power since the formation of the state. There was a demand by a innocuous small-time Muslim leader of a Muslim university. He has given a memorandum to the Congress leader Harish Rawat. BJP picked up that issue, having a very shrill campaign on this Muslim university. So today, Chief Minister, the last day of the campaigning, he has come up with uniform civil code. He said that we'll be forming a committee on having uniform civil code in the state. I have no idea whether it is in a concurrent list or state list or central list, whether they can make such law. Since, this is a Hindu majority state. So they are trying to influence people. And I think it will have some impact on the voters.
Ganeshji, Uttarakhand, something unusual has happened in this election where Congress and Aam Aadmi Party both have taken all the candidates to give an oath that they will not switch sides. I have a little data nugget for that of the 60% of the MLAs in Goa have changed their party from which they were elected last time to a new party. So is this an issue in Goa? People, are they talking about it? And also the credibility of candidates has gone down in Goa because of this or not? People still vote for guys who have changed their parties. Will it have any sort of impact on the electoral chances? Because last time, maybe one candidate had contested from Congress, this time is from BJP. Last time, who contested from Maharashtradi Gomantak Party is contesting this time from maybe BJP. And another thing I wanted to ask was, this time in Goa, we have seen a new entrant, a Trinamool Congress, a party which has been restricted to mostly West Bengal or some of the northeastern states. So what sort of impact it will have?
Trinamool Congress has alliance with Maharashtradi Gomantak Party. They have got combined manifesto. So many leaders who did not take Congress ticket, they joined TMC.
What about the Aam Aadmi Party, which is, though they contested last time also, this time they have come in a big way. Atishi Malena has been there during the entire election period. Arvind Kejriwal has also visited the state several times. So what about Aam Aadmi Party?
So Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, visited 5-6 times. He also addressed a lot of rally.
Mr. Kazmi, Aam Aadmi Party is also contesting in Uttarakhand, and this time they have put up candidates in most of the constituencies. So what do you think about the prospects of Aam Aadmi Party in this election?
They started with a bang last year, but I think Kejriwal had second thoughts. They weigh the prospects of party in Punjab and Uttarakhand. So they have lost focus in the past 4 months. Although, they are contesting on all the 70 seats, but I don't think they can cut only votes. I think even the surveys, they are saying that they'll get only 2 to 4 seats. So, but I have my doubts, about that also. Since a lot of their leaders, they have shifted loyalties in the past fortnight, shifting to either BJP or to Congress, and many left the old-time Aam Aadmi Party workers because they were denied tickets. So there were allegations also against the party leadership of selling tickets. So although they have their chief ministerial candidate, Colonel Kothiyal, who's contesting from Gangotri, but I don't think they'll have much impact in this election.
In Uttarakhand, Mr. Kazmi, you are saying that this contest is, like always, a bipolar contest between Congress and the BJP. But this time, because of the long winter, heavy snowfall, there has been issues on campaigning, especially in the hill regions. And also the Election Commission, their personnel will face a tough time in setting up the polling booths in the far-reaching areas. So can you throw some light on how the Election Commission is gearing for conducting the polls in the hilly areas?
It is a tough job to conduct elections in such conditions. But already 2 days ago, the first polling parties have started in the border areas of Pithoragarh and Chamoli, setting up polling booths in far-flung villages. So they have been provided with, their beddings, even a dispensaries with them. They have been given satellite phones. They have been given solar lighting systems also. So the Election Commission has made a lot of arrangements to conduct polling in such conditions. But hopefully, weather people are saying that it will be sunny on Monday. Let's hope.
Let's hope that it is sunny on Monday. On the preparation front, I would like to ask Ganeshji also how the state election office and the election commission is gearing for polling day. What is the enthusiasm of the people also?
The Election Commission has done a wonderful job. They have made they have a lot of programs were held for making awareness regarding voting. And this time they have given also facility if one cannot go to polling booth, he can be allowed to vote from home. So home voting is allowed. Those patients they have got some health problems or old age people, they will be able to make voting from home. So they have also increased the number of booths. They have made a good arrangement. All facilities are provided. So Election Commission, right from announcing the date of Election Commission started good preparation. Voting percentage will increase in Goa. Poll is not much there. So last time it was 82%. This time it will go up.
Ganeshji, the last wrapping answer from you, I wanted to know the history of elections in Goa. Can you throw some light? And also that on Monday, how do you see the voting will go?
Goa was under Portuguese rule. So 1961, Goa got liberated from Portuguese. And 1963, first election were held. So first 17 years, Maharashtra-Vadi Gomantak Party ruled Goa. Afterwards, some leaders from Maharashtra-Vadi Gomantak Party joined Congress. In 1980, Pratap Singh Rane became the chief minister. A Congress rule was there from 1980 to 2000. Then after 2000, suddenly BJP rose up and Manohar Parrikar came in the politics. So because of Manohar Parrikar, BJP came in power. And for the last 10 years, BJP is in power. Last election, BJP didn't get majority. They got less seats than Congress. But even then, managed to get support from other parties and Manohar Parrikar from the government.
One issue which is in Goa is the legacy of Manohar Parrikar. Manohar Parrikar was one of the tallest BJP leaders. This time he is not around. So will that have an impact in Goa for BJP?
Manohar Parrikar, people they remember, but that will not have much impact in Goa because after the exit of Manohar Parrikar, even Lok Sabha election took place. And there BJP did well in Goa in Lok Sabha election. But one problem is there, son of Manohar Parrikar, Utpal Parrikar, has been denied ticket by BJP. So in Parrikar's constituency, his own son is contesting as an independent. So that may have some impact.
But it may be limited to only one constituency.
No, other also BJP, many leaders said they were denied a ticket. So they are contesting as independent. Ex-Chief Minister Lakshmikant Parsekar was denied ticket. So he is contesting as an independent in Mandarin constituency. Utpal Parrikar is contesting as independent in Panjim constituency. So in 2-3 constituencies, BJP is having problem.
The problems of the rebels, which every election, every political party faces, is also there in Goa.
Before this election, Congress was facing rebellion problem, but this time BJP is facing rebellion problem.
Kazmiji, reaction, how the polling you anticipate will take place on Monday. What's your final wrap on this?
Chetan, I think polling is going to be around, I expect 60% of polling, and it is going to be a neck-to-neck race between these two parties who had been sharing power alternately since the formation of the state.
We had a very interesting discussion with Mr. Kazmi and Mr. Javadekar from Goa. On Monday, the polling for Uttarakhand and Goa will happen. I will request all listeners in 2 states to turn up for voting in large numbers and make voting a success. Thanks a lot.
You were listening to a discussion on upcoming Uttarakhand and Goa Assembly elections. The participants were SMA Kazmi and Ganesh Javadekar, political analyst, and Chetan Chauhan, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsttalks@gmail.com.